What you need to know before buying a timeshare. Brought to you by the WeOwnTimeshares.com team. One reason that a lot of people fall prey to the ploys of scam artists is that they are unaware of their legal rights when they're purchasing a timeshare property. As with any other kind of contract or binding formal agreement, you should always know exactly what your rights are. While there are indeed legitimate timeshare businesses, there are also plenty of fraudulent operators seeking to take advantage of suspecting buyers. You've probably heard plenty of horror stories about people who have been tricked into purchasing a timeshare which is either vastly different from what they were offered, or in some cases, non-existent. Before you buy a timeshare, there are a few things that you need to know. Your rights vary depending on what kind of timeshare you purchase. There are timeshares which involve a deed to the property, as well as those which do not, often known as a right to use license. When you purchase a deeded timeshare, you'll have a deed to your timeshare property. This gives you the right to a title to any piece of real estate, and it can be passed down to your heirs. By contrast, a license to use a timeshare is essentially a long-term rental of the property with a predetermined expiration date. Timeshare industry has also acquired the reputation of used car industry in a lot of ways in terms of the selling tactics that are used. It starts off with an invitation to a presentation offering you an expensive gift. When you actually go there, it turns out to be a pressure selling session of a used car dealer who doesn't want to let you go unless you sign a paper. And the expensive gift, in some cases, turns out to be a mere gimmick. And all the people that sit through the trauma of sitting through a presentation like this, which can last for up to 2 hours, sometimes full of pressure selling tactics, usually come to regret it. I will say that not all sales presentations are like this. I've sat through many, and some are very professional salespeople that will take you on your word when you say no. So don't let that hold you back. We do offer other advice on sitting through high pressure sales situations at WeOwnTimeshares.com. But as per the law, the people are supposed to be informed about the length of the presentation that they're going to have to sit through in order to receive your free gift. I went through a presentation last week, actually, that was about an hour and a half. I didn't end up purchasing the timeshare, but we did receive our free gift at the end, and we knew what we were getting into. Also, you must be informed about the physical condition of the facility. The timeshare companies are also legally not permitted to misrepresent the market value of the timeshare property. They are also not supposed to misinform you about the resale or exchange potential of the timeshare property. Other legal protections for buyers are that timeshare companies are not permitted to renege on oral promises made to the buyer before the purchase of the property. These promises must be indicated in any written sales contract. Any fees which the buyer has not been informed of prior to signing the contract may not be included in the written document. In some states, buyers will have the recourse to a brief, usually 2-week period following the purchase in which they may cancel the contract without incurring any penalties. Prior to signing anything or handing over any money, you should always ask yourself if you genuinely want to buy the timeshare being sold. You'll also want to see the actual property personally before making a decision. It is also a good idea to check with the Better Business Bureau to find out what information they can offer about the timeshare company, as well as asking owners of the timeshare what their experience has been. As with any large purchase, it pays to be well informed, especially if you plan to resell the timeshare property later on. And if the timeshare is somewhere that you see yourself returning to frequently enough to make your investment worthwhile one, then it is most likely a good purchase. If you are thinking about timeshare ownership and want to discover more timeshare information, you should check out WeOwnTimeshares.com. You can meet and connect with timeshare owners on this timeshare ownership social network. It is free to sign up, and you can set up your own profile in minutes, share experiences and reviews of different timeshare properties, and begin asking all your questions in the forum. Visit today, and we'll see you there.